This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Okay, so it's Thursday, so that means we're doing a bit of fantasy guitar shopping. Now, the idea for these videos came from basically what I do whenever my missus is watching whatever awful reality show she's into this week. At the moment, by the way, she's heavily into a show called The Masked Singer. Don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's basically a bunch of Z-list celebrities dressed up as pantomime cows or Daleks or something like that and miming to some cringeworthy power ballad. Words don't describe how bad it is, but anyway, while she's watching that kind of guff on the telly, I'm usually just scrolling around guitar retailer websites thinking, yeah, if I had that kind of money, or if I was looking for that style of guitar, that kind of thing. Fantasy guitar shopping. And this week, it's the turn of the SG that we're looking at. So if you've got a couple of grand or more burning a hole in your pocket and you like SG style guitars, here's a few that might just float your boat. Okay, starting with the least expensive guitar in the lineup. This is the Gordon Smith GSG. I own a Gordon Smith and absolutely love it, so I had to include one of these. Basically, you can have three variants on this. They're all SG shaped. That's the GSG one. It's a single pickup one, like you can see here, and that single pickup will be either a P90 or a humbucker. Then you can have the same, either P90 or humbucker at the bridge, but with a single coil at the neck. That is the 1.5, and the GSG2 is the one we're going to be looking at here, which is obviously the twin pickup, either two P90s or two humbuckers. Great thing about Gordon Smith guitars is you can just go onto the website and spec up exactly what you want, which is what I've done here. We're going to have a right-handed guitar, mahogany body, mahogany neck, neck profile thin. Gordon Smith do either a thin or a thick neck profile, and I'm just kind of sticking with the devil I know here because my Gordon Smith GS 1.5 has the thin neck profile, and it is the most comfortable neck I've ever played. It's very, very comfortable anyway. Ebony fingerboard, tobacco burst finish. Let's have a look at some of the other options you can have there. Vintage white, jet black, postbox red, all of the usual suspects here. Trans cherry red, that might be one to go for if you're wanting something that looks a little bit more traditional, but I do like a nice tobacco burst, and couple that with a tortoise shell pickguard. Who'd have thunk? Tunematic bridge, you've got other options there, the basic wrap over bar bridge or the compensated lightning version of that. Tunematic, or you can have Goto, or specify whatever it is you would prefer. Gordon Smith neck humbucker and the chrome pickup cover and black surround, same kind of deal for the bridge pickup, their own in-house humbuckers, which are fantastic pickups with a chrome cover and a black surround. Colour matched headstock, stainless steel frets, gold hardware, CTS and Switchcraft wiring loom, 18:1 ratio locking tuners and an ABS hard case, and all of that comes to £1,884, which, for that kind of spec, under £2,000, that's got to be worth considering, hasn't it? Anyway, let's move on to another UK builder. We're going to be looking at JD Custom Guitars. Now, the only thing I don't like about this website is, I would have liked a few more pictures. But we're going to look here at this Tony Iommi SG Custom. You get a 24 fret bound ebony fretboard, polished aluminium, or if you're in the States, aluminum, crucifix inlays. Fully bound JD style headstock, carbon graphite nuts, Spurzl locking tuners. Some good looking specs here. Scharler strap locks. Schala combination bridge with fine tuners, although there is a little disclaimer down here where they're saying that basically Schala don't make that anymore, so you're going to have to choose something else, basically. I do like this walnut maple laminated body centre that you can see here, and with the mahogany outriggers. No information on what the neck is made from, though. Let's have a look and see if we can find any clues elsewhere. Let's have a look at the Donington SG, which I actually think I prefer the look of that one, to be honest with you. That's just a little bit... I like those lightning bolt inlays. So neck. Three-piece mahogany and maple neck. Yes, I don't know. Does that Tony Iommi custom SG, does that look like it might be a through neck guitar? It could be. I don't know. Anybody got any information? Let me know. Let's have a look at the price on this Iommi guitar. So that's the Iommi SG custom, $2,295, $2,295. So you know, getting over there, over the $2,000 kind of hurdle, but you know, still a lot of guitar for the money. Next up, let's have a look at Feline guitars. Let's have a look at the picture of there we go. There it is, beautiful looking guitar there. Lovely maple top on it. Let's have a look at the specs that we've got here. This is $2,500 if you fancy one of these. Mahogany with maple cap, 8 pound weight, 3-piece mahogany neck, ebony fretboard, the usual expected Gibson scale length, 12-inch fretboard radius, real mother of pearl side dot and crown inlays. Let's see if we can have a look at those. Any pictures of the neck? Not really, no. I suppose we could, yeah, let's take a look at this and see if we can zoom in. So there you go. I mean, it's gorgeous looking thing, isn't it? And you know, so those are the mother of pearl inlays. It does say mother of pearl side dot and crown inlays. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but that doesn't look like mother of pearl on those side dots there. Obviously a typo, never mind. Ebony headstock fascia, Iavana compensated tuning nut. The guitar is more in tune with itself. Is that some sort of variation on that old Buzz Featon tuning system that was quite big in the 90s? All access neck joint, total access to higher frets. Well, yeah, that's just pretty much a standard thing with SGs, isn't it, really? Let's see if we can find a picture of the back there. So, yeah, I see what you mean. You know, it's a little bit more sculpted than a usual SG neck joint, but I've never found SGs to be particularly hindered in getting to the top frets anyway. Spursel locking machine heads, Schala Tune-O-Matic bridge and tailpiece, bare knuckle emerald pickups, CTS volume and tone pots, and a switchcraft jack and switch. So, and you get like a nice case with it as well. So for $2,500, it's getting up there in price terms, but still, you know, considering what you could pay for, you know, a Les Paul or a single cut guitar, all of these SG style guitars are, you know, kind of more a blue collar kind of price, you could say. Moving on, let's have a look at the Framus Phil X guitar. This is, I'm not sure if Phil X is still using Framus guitars. Didn't I hear something recently that he's gone to Gibson? So let's have a look, see what we got here. Mahogany body, through neck mahogany. So this is a through neck guitar. I like the shape of this. It looks kind of. I can see how some people might think it was like the shape was a bit wrong for an SG, but it's just I kind of like the slightly kind of different take on the shape. Rosewood fretboard, Graphtec ratio locking machine heads. So you're getting a Graphtec tusk nut. 22 small and high nickel silver frets. Yeah, I'm more of a jumbo frets kind of guy. No idea what these pickups are. Arcane PX8 and PX3 humbucker, no idea what that is, but, you know, I do like Phil X's tone when I hear him play it, so, you know, it's, they are, obviously, if they're responsible for that, then I think I could be happy with those. Volume and tone control, Tone Pro's Tune-o-matic bridge, 3-piece switch, you know, all of the usual sort of stuff, basically. No inlays on the neck, so you're relying upon side dots. That's something I often find a little bit off-putting. You know, it's amazing how much, you know, even though the side dots are there, you often end up relying upon the big dots on the neck. Anyway, so that's the Phil X Arcane Team Built, brand new, 2,989.90. We'll just call it $3,000. Moving on to the most expensive one, the Gibson SG63 Custom 3 Pickup Maestro in custom white. So let's take a look at a few pictures of this, and there we go. I always forget that these take a while to come into focus, but, you know, very, very attractive looking guitar, it has to be said. You know, it's got that, that sort of heavenly look about it, all the white and the gold, hasn't it? There you go. Could probably live without that whammy bar, tremolo arm kind of thing, because frankly, how well is it going to stay in tune? But, you know, it is period correct, I suppose. And lovely looking headstock, all that binding and the diamond inlays and everything. And yes, it does say Les Paul Custom on there. You know, those people who were saying that's an SG, not a Les Paul. Yes, SGs were called Les Pauls until Les Paul decided he didn't like them and asked for his name to be removed, and then it became the Gibson Solid Guitar, or SG. But I'm sure you already knew that beautiful looking beast, isn't it? Indeed. It's one of those things that it's just having one of those hanging on the wall. Would you take it down and play it? Would you be scared to get buckle rash on it and what have you? Yeah, who knows? But anyway, it's $5,000, and let's have a look at what you get for your money. Mahogany body, mahogany neck, as you would expect. Ebony fretboard, 63 rounded neck profile, mother of pearl block inlays, split diamond headstock inlay, 5-ply binding. The 3 custom bucker pickups, as they're calling them, and the Maestro tremolo. Gold hardware. Classic white, includes a case. I should think so too for that kind of money. So, which one would I have? Well, we'll find out in a moment if you haven't already guessed. But those are the guitars in the lineup for Silly Money SGs. So, indeed, which one would I have? Right, well, if I had to choose one from that list, it would be the Gordon Smith. You know, I like Gordon Smith guitars, and if I had to choose one of those SGs, it would be that. But the truth is, you may have noticed, if you watch the live stream on a Friday, I drink beer. And much as I've tried over the years, I cannot develop a palate or a taste for wine. I've tried, but all that wine ever does is just taste so sour that it makes me cheeks meet in the middle, gives me heartburn for the next 24 hours, and every skull-crushingly bad hangover I've ever had has been wine-induced. So I tend to steer clear of it, and that's how I feel about SGs, really. They're just not to my taste. You know, if suddenly the world's supply of beer was to dry up and wine was the only option, yes, I'd drink it. And likewise, if it was a choice between no guitar at all or an SG, then I would play an SG. So if I was going to have an SG, well, as you know, I'm getting a signature guitar made by Scott Guitars, a small UK luthier. So if I was after an SG, if suddenly I woke up one morning and decided I must have an SG, then I'd probably get in touch with them to make me one. But out of that list there, it would be the Gordon Smith. So there you go, folks. That's pretty much it for today. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it. If you're interested in supporting the channel, all the links are downstairs in the description, and don't forget the live stream tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK time every Friday. We have a live stream where, as I said earlier, it's all about having a beer and a chat about guitars and music and other related matters, whatever pops into our heads basically. I'd love to see you there. It's a great way to kick off the weekend. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.